Okay, hello again. So that was the
Hey,
webflow
Tomasz.
session. Hey Anatoly, hey Julia, and hello our dearest audience. Without further ado, because I think we caught a slight delay, apologies for that. So let's dive into the design system. So the future of design systems. But let me start with the short intro. So design systems, as like I believe they have become the invisible, so to say, architecture behind the world's most iconic brands and also the most iconic brands. But here's the question and the challenge. As the brands expand globally, the question is how to create systems that somehow respect local identity and maintain a cohesive design language, design system, so to speak. And today, I have the pleasure because we have two incredible design leaders with us to unpack these questions. So first, Julia Picker-Huchzermeyer, senior product designer at Lokalise. Hello, Julia. Great to have you.
Hello, everyone.
And then we have joining her Anatoly Vjalihs, senior lead of brand design at Lokalise.
Hello, everyone.
And just a short intro from my side. Please correct me if I would be wrong. So, Localize is a cloud-based localization and translation management systems for agile teams and at the company, and we share it. We have it in common with Netguru. So the company is remote first. So basically, the all employees are remote workers. So we are used to work in the very scattered teams across the world. And I believe that originally the company is from Latvia, right?
Yes, that's correct. We started in Riga, in a small office in the old town with
Okay,
just few
so
people.
yeah, so stressed out, great start. I'm Tomasz, head of growth at Netguru, and I will be guiding this conversation. So let's dive in. But before we unpack the questions about design system, Yulia and Anatoly, if you could just give us the very short explainer, or how did you find yourself in your current role? Yulia goes first.
So, yeah, hi, everyone. So, my name is Julia. Nice to see everyone today here. So, I actually came to Localize as the founding designer from the low code field, right, where I was building the design foundation and product itself from scratch. And this experience actually it taught me how important it is to have these scalable systems. And I all the time were working towards. It's nice to extend your vision, not to only work, to be very narrow, but to have your hands on the design system, on the product, and where you collaborate closely with the marketing and so on. So, and now I joined Localize as a design system designer, where I actually can apply this holistic approach. So I try to make sure that our system, it not only supports the UI consistency, right, but it's actually aligned with our brand and marketing. And I don't work only only, let's say, foundations or components, right, but fully see our product, how it can develop further. And so far, I enjoy it and closely work with Anatoly. Maybe I can give a word now to him so he can introduce.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you,
Julia, for
Julia.
that. Yeah, let's go, Anatoly. What's your story?
Yes, yep. So I've been in design field for 19 years, more than half of my almost 36 years, and I started as a freelancer. And then I founded my design agency, and I worked in various fields like product design, packaging design, wayfinding, editorial. So these broad experience has helped me to understand visual language from all angles, and this really helps me at Localize. I spent last 5 years here, and I came here when there was no brand, so I was the one who created that and also the web design language. And right now, I'm responsible for all localized marketing, brand, and web assets like website, blog, ebooks, event design, motion design, and more. And yes, and we are working with Julia also a lot to bring our product and brand together.
Yeah, thanks for that, guys. And the title of our session is The Future of Design Systems, Brands Across Cultures and Products. But on our prep call, Julia, I think you brought this word, like the very interesting word. We don't hear it often, I guess, like detachment. So if we could just deep dive right into the, how do you see the challenge of detachment, why it's so important to the designers community?
Yeah, so actually, yeah, this is a very interesting topic we really wanted to little bit put the light on. So we see that nowadays there is a little bit of common challenges, in the platforms, products of misalignment between marketing visuals, like websites, and the product experience. So for example, in practice, right, when the users, they move from the landing page, they go to the sign up, then there is onboarding, right, and beyond, on the way they receive emails, which also usually has part of brand or not, right? So then the more sometimes users feel disconnected, right, and the experience sometimes may feel a little bit different compared where they started. And so sometimes there is users might feel the mismatch, right? It can reduce the trust in the product, right? Or like they just will not eventually feel even connected or associate right product with the company. And that's where like we think that, for example, as a design system, designer who usually put the foundation for the whole product, it's very important to have this alignment with the brand and marketing. In our case, for example, me and Anatoly, we have constant think about it, right? So even if there are new refreshment of a brand comes in, we all the time align it and have it in reflecting in our product, which means especially in the design system. As many design system designers, right? So we have usually, let's say, model as a part of the design system component. You could all the time try to have the part of the brand in already all of these elements, which usually then they are reflected in all other flows on the screens. And little by little, you have this similarity with the branding. By the way, we have a little bit like of visuals, which we can show today, maybe like to show everybody what do we mean and how we try to tackle it in the Lokalise, where everybody could see how it cross brand and marketing together was also part of the design system, which is already reflected in the product. So
yeah, I'm just waiting for Anatoly to blink twice because that was supposed to be a signal for me.
You can share the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can show you a few examples of our recent redesign. I will tell you more later about that. So here you can see our hero section on the website, where all the elements are placed together, like illustration style, fonts, our icons, shapes, and everything. And also here, for example, the workflows and the way how we show, by the way, what Julia mentioned, yes, how the product and the brand can work together. So for example, showing the product UIs in the best possible way. And also you can see the ads that we have where all the brand elements also placed, and the product, and also the illustrations that we use, and yes, also everything together here.
Yeah, like as you see, we're all the time also like, for example, try to encourage like, you could also create different sometimes states of illustrations, right? Sometimes to use it somewhere monochrome to settle down a little bit in the product, right? But still have it like to be it present, right, in the product, or like as an empty state, or in the model, right? As here as an example.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yep, and I wanted to add that we really think that it's really important not to create a neutral product that, like, because there are a lot of stress at work, people focusing on work. So we want make people smile, to enjoy working, because you're already at work. Why you need like to why not to have something that makes your day better?
Yeah, that's true. And how long did it took you to, come to this version that we are seeing right now?
It was a long way. So as I told, I started 5 years ago, and I created a brand based on a concept that it shouldn't look like a Runner movie. Yes, it should be about the future. So I chose the direction that you can see in the movie Her, when you have a really cozy and nice workplace. And and at that stage, I brought warmth to the brand character, hand-drawn illustrations, and that brand existed for 3 years. And 2 years ago, we started thinking about redesign, and we first started with different, like trying to choose the agency. Then we picked one really famous one, but the outcome, we didn't like that. And then we understood that, oh no, who knows the brand in the best possible way? Of course, we know. So we started the process internally, and then I can tell you later when we will talk about stakeholders. But yep, that was the beginning of the process, when we started also to work with the product design team, and then yep. So yes, we have it for approximately, I think, 3 months now.
Looks fresh and really looks cohesive, so good job. Julia, do you like it, the current version?
I love it, and I love the illustrations. I love really how they could be like reflecting in the product, and we are working on really full guidance on illustrations, how to use it, and to create all the possible states, so that all the stakeholders, all the teams who use it, so that we keep the pattern, we have consistency in it, and in case like if something new fresh come up, I'm all the time happy to get it from Anatoly, because it's really makes us different. I'm a little bit sick of seeing too much of this blue, purple, all of these products, and we really want to make it special live. And so far, we gathered really good feedback about it. So, which is really important. Like we try to listen, and implement in all of this, all the feedback, and keep adjusting it, on the way.
Okay, so from your journey, I guess that there's some key thoughts to share with the audience is like the one that the building design system is a permanent process. So you never get the final outcome, and so the change is basically constant, right? So it's not only a slogan, but actually that is like the work that never stops.
Yeah, correctly. I mean, we just all need to be realistic, right? I mean, the industry keep improving and evolving, the same happening with our brand. And I don't want to be naive or to tell for everybody, if you have your amazing, great design system set up, it will be the same, and needs to be the same for the next, 1 or 2 years. It needs to constantly improve, right? And it's important to listen to each other, right? You need to find the common language together in the teams, and to make sure that, because we all have the same goal eventually, and that it's reflected in design system, and eventually it will be presented in the product. So yeah, we constantly keep improving it, right? It's never stands in one spot. We try all the time to take, of course, all of the changes, to consider it, to make sure it goes with, step by step to the production, to make sure that users getting familiar with all the changes in the product. So I'm encouraging everybody all the time to not be afraid to keep it, to refresh it, and it will be paid off eventually at the end, right? Then you have a really nice UI storytelling coming from the website, going to the onboarding and eventually into the product. It will look really good.
Yeah, so the outcome is amazing, and I believe that this looks so nice and like like very friendly, and like you are selling it right now like it was so easy, like long journey but maybe so easy. But I believe it wasn't necessarily so. So Anatoly, the question to you, what, speaking of finding this common language, what was the challenge of working with stakeholders, how to sell the the benefits of the design systems to different teams, different units, different needs, different business needs?
So, as Yulia mentioned previously, yes, that it wasn't easy because yes, there are always new strategies, new competitors, new technologies. So you always change your mind what you want to change in your brand. So it's, to my mind, it's like a game that you play with other stakeholders, and if you have and we have a really nice stakeholders at Lokalise. I think all of us enjoyed that process, and we really enjoy that. So, for example, when we started that process of a recent redesign last year, there were people who told us that they don't like, for example, hand-drawn style that we have. And then we started the discussion internally between different teams why it's really important to keep it. And we talked to sales team, and they said that, hey, we definitely need to keep it because, for example, leadership team said that, oh, maybe we should be more serious. But sales team said, no, even our large enterprise customers, they really love hand-drawn style. And that was one of the reasons why we changed their mind. So that's a really good example of how you need to talk to every stakeholder. So, for example, maybe you think that why I need to talk to customer support, but they communicate with the customers on daily basis, so they know a lot about their product. And then sometimes, of course, you need to sacrifice some elements that you want to introduce, and that's absolutely okay. Then this will help you to come to another solution. And
Was it easy to sacrifice? Just quick answer, like yes,
it's
no.
it takes time. Sometimes I need a few days for that, but then I start thinking about a solution for that. So, for example, if I introduce one element and I get feedback that, hey, I don't think that it's what we need, and then I think, okay, what we can bring in instead of that, or how we can sell it, or from another point of view, or create maybe a presentation with a story of how we took that element and where it comes from, like with the, I told you, with the movie Her. So it, like something from a real life, it really helps people to understand that it's important. And also like a story of our mascots, Wolf and Partridge. So it's also a metaphor of two creatures that meet each other, and like they overcome language barriers, and they achieve common goals. And I think it's really important because, for example, for us as a multicultural team with multicultural customers and multicultural partners, that idea really helps us. And I think for all companies, it's also really important to think about that. So
Yeah, that's amazing. So, to all the designers that are listening to us right now and struggling maybe internally to sell their vision to the stakeholders, keep calm, be patient, breathe in, breathe out, try to repackage your idea. Maybe in different, maybe it's the same idea, but sold in a different way. Maybe it will work. But always try to find the aligned vision because it's better for the final outcome, I guess. We are running out of time, so we're at a quick last question. Like me, it can be like thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you believe that AI, right? We are all discussing AI today, but since I believe that the ChatGPT was born, do you believe that the AI will help designers with consistency?
I would say, we are not there yet, but we have a very bright future.
Okay, Anatoly, final words from you?
I think that AI really helps us, but I'm sure it's never will win, because people value handmade stuff, and for example, AI could help small companies to grow in design, especially, and then they will get back to humans again, because that's where they get value, like ideas, everything. It's like ordering something from AliExpress, or going to a local like master that can create something for you, unique chair maybe, or antique stuff. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for bringing the warmth of your brand here, your design system, and also your wisdom of how to build such complex but so nicely looking design systems. Thank you, Anatoly. Thank you,
Thank you,
Julia, for
Tomasz.
your time.
Thank you for having us.